Today, I want to dive really deep into Kundalini, why it activates on this journey and why it holds so many keys to your journey. Now, we can ignore the Kundalini. We can look at it as just sexual energy or, energy that is vibrating up us, but not really deeply delve into it. This journey, you have to delve deep. If you try and put those emotions, those thoughts, those feelings, that energy that is rising up, that Kundalini, that Shakti energy on a shelf and try and forget about it, well, you're not doing the truth of the journey and you will stay in looping energy forevermore. Okay, I've got 9 minutes to share with you all the things you need to know about Kundalini energy. Kundalini is the life force portal energy. Your chakras and the Kundalini move through. The Shakti energy is dancing up to Shiva in the third eye. Shakti lays at the base and root chakra. It is gifted to you at birth. But once on an awakening journey, that Shakti now has awoken and she is not going back to sleep. She is also not going to dismiss all those shadow aspects that you need to work through. So if you're on a twin flame journey, you have to face that Kundalini energy. You have to face that Shakti and Shiva energy. Let's dive in. Where is she activating? So your chakras are life force portals. They are portal frequency. They help transmute all that beautiful light coding, that sacred coding that has now awoken on the planet. Yes, the Mary Magdalene frequency, the Christ conscious frequency, to name just a few, Isis frequency, Durga frequency. It is all awoken and it is now awakening up and taking down the illusion that has been held, the fear-based frequency that has been held, and it is now awakening on the planet. And if you're on a twin flame journey, it is now transmuting through you. It is awakening you to your power, to your energy, to your frequency. How do you come into union frequency? By that deep inner union. And that is reached through the chakra system, through the Kundalini. So, Shakti energy, when she hits that base and root chakra is safety, security. Shadow aspect of it is, where do you need to look at your safety and security? So this is about soul inquiry. This is about, I'm all about giving you the tools. I'm all about helping you expand and grow, not to just post dreamy twin flame movies that keep you dangling like a carrot, but to get you to dive deeper into the journey so you can come into that inner union. When you come into inner union, you are no longer in pain. You are no longer endless searching. You are in sovereign frequency. You are able to alchemize all that pain and wounding energy really fast and really quickly. Base and root chakra is about your safety and security. And it's about you self-inquiring, soul inquiry. Where am I? Where am I looking outside of myself? Where am I not coming into that wholeness and that fullness? Remember the house. Remember the foundations of a house. If the foundations are not in safety, security, strong, rooted, base-rooted chakra energy, if you haven't got that security in your home, guess what? The cracks will come. And this is the same for the other chakras. So the first thing to look at is, where is your safety? Where is your security? How are you in truth of where you live, how you operate every single day? Do you wake up in that wholeness and that fullness, that abundance, that freedom frequency? If not, it's time to look at the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is it's your purpose, your passion. It's what lights you up. It's what brings you back to your original soul blueprint. Remember, as that divine feminine, part of your journey is to align with your original soul's blueprint. That is to align with your purpose. What did you come here to do? And let me give you a secret. A purpose is not a career. A purpose is not something you fancy doing. It is soul alignment. It is something that whispers to you in the night. It's something that you cannot ignore. It whispers at a deep soul level. And often it has been your pain, that pain that you have transformed into your passion. From that pain, you transform it into your passion. And guess what? You become the expert. You become the expert because you have moved through that powerful energy to transform it into your purpose, your passion, your full soul purpose and alignment. The next is the solar plexus. The solar plexus is our emotional. It's where our thoughts create our feelings create our thoughts, and we can go into that spinning energy, those big oscillations. That big oscillation energy can be held in the solar plexus. But on this journey, guess what? You have to self-master the should've, could've, would've's of not feeling enough, of not feeling chosen. Where have you abandoned yourself? All that energy is there for you to transmute, is there for you to go deep into the shadow aspect. Don't be afraid of the shadows. As a child, when the darkness comes and you're in your bedroom and you go, I'm scared of the shadows. Guess what? When you run from the shadows only get bigger. This journey is about going, where are my shadows? Where do I need to dive deep? How do I need to go in? The next is the heart chakra. The heart chakra of unconditional love for self. Yes, you divine feminine. Instead of projecting it all out and going, I will only be complete if divine masculine comes back to me, it's about going, no. I create inner union. I am whole, I am complete. I am fullness at its divine form. I am the universe. The universe is only operating through me. Consciousness is only witnessing itself through my eyes, through God conscious frequency. And when we start to move into that, then we can start to speak our truth. The throat chakra. The throat chakra is where we speak our truth. We get out of hiding. We stand in our power. We stand in our truth. We speak our words. What is aligned with you? This is not about dismissing anything. This is about alignment at the deepest level as that sacred feminine. And yes, you will have woundings around this throat chakra. Those witch woundings of not speaking your truth. Now they are flowing out. And they are flowing out in beauty, in splendor, in divine sacred energy. Next, we move into the third eye. The third eye is that beautiful soul essence. It's where your clairs get activated. And those clairs at the beginning are all for that telepathy between you and your divine counterpart. But this is about expanding those. This is about going deeper with those. What are those clairs showing you? How can you work deeper? How can you be that lighthouse, be that shining light, not only just to help yourself, not to just help divine masculine, but actually to go bigger than that, to be in service, to help others. When they're lost at sea, how can you guide them back to their inner truth? Because once that happens, divine feminine and divine masculine have come into that Shakti Shiva, because Shiva sits in the third eye. And from there, you can come into that divine essence, that divine truth, that rainbow serpent energy, which is now exploding out. And this is your connection to divine source, God, whatever label you want to put on it. This journey is a journey of deep inner work. And if you're ready to work deep, to align with your soul purpose, to work with your spiritual gifts, to understand the A to Z of the twin flame journey, then my website is there, 3wscatsacredsoul.com. This journey is a magical journey, but only when you take back your power, you start to work with that energy in the most magical, powerful, sovereign frequency. I hope this helps, and we have managed to go through all of the chakras and the Kundalini energy in the time.